And for our final science challenge, we're back here at the equator in Ecuador to see if this popular demonstration for tourists is actually a scam. Does the water really drain in opposite directions, even just a few feet on either side of the equator? And relatedly, do toilets also swirl in opposite directions in the northern versus southern hemisphere? Now for the toilets, let me just debunk that myth out of the gate. Because if you look closely, the swirl direction is just a function of which way the nozzles point, as you can see here, and with any toilet you inspect yourself. But what about sinks that have just a drain, like in the demo here, where there are no nozzles? Well, believe it or not, there's actually some truth to this idea because of something called the Coriolis effect. And it's the same reason you might have noticed weather patterns like this spinning counterclockwise in the northern hemisphere, in which case we call them hurricanes, and clockwise in the southern hemisphere, in which case we call them cyclones. And the reason for this is pretty straightforward to understand if you imagine you have a very big sink that spans from the equator all the way up to the North Pole. In that case, a single drop of water in the sink at the equator here is going for a joyride really fast as the Earth spins, and a drop of water near the middle is moving at a medium speed. But a drop of water at the North Pole isn't moving at all because it's right on the axis. So now when you pull the plug on the sink and the water moves towards the middle, the drop here is suddenly moving laterally much faster than the slower water that was near the drain, so it gets out in front of the drain. And conversely, a drop here at the North Pole is laterally moving much slower than the water near the drain, so it falls behind. So when all the drops are affected this way, you naturally get a counterclockwise swirl, just like a hurricane, where the eye of the hurricane is the low pressure zone like a drain. And then of course, applying all the same logic to the southern hemisphere would naturally do the opposite.